I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast.
So when I got remarried and I had now a blended family where my husband was a step parent, he did not like the one bite rule and you get a backup thing. His philosophy was you eat what's put in front of you, and if you don't like it, then tough. And so in order to keep peace and harmony, I supported his thing because at that time my kids were becoming teenagers, and it just seemed to make sense because they would go to their friends' houses, and it's funny because they would come home sometimes and they would tell me about like this awful food that they had to eat, and they didn't want to make the parent feel bad, so they would eat it anyway. And I thought, so if they're at their friend's house and they can eat stuff they don't like, they can certainly do that at home if they had to. And I mean, it wasn't that it was always people preparing bad things. Obviously, many times they would come home and love something somebody prepared, and it would provide a new item in our menu that we could use. But the point here is that they're capable of just eating, what's available and not having to have all these alternatives.
Nick Carter is the most popular member of the Backstreet Boys. But shocking sexual abuse allegations against Nick are laid to bear in a must-see special. Emotional interviews from Nick's accusers and intimate details of how two celebrity brothers come to blows when Aaron comes to the defense of Nick's accusers. A detailed look at the family dysfunction in one of Hollywood's most famous families. Fallen Idols, Nick and Aaron Carter, a two-night event, premieres Monday, May 27th at 9 on ID and stream on Max. Set your DVR.
So I just changed it. I mean, we moved in with my husband Bill, and they had to just eat what was in front of them, and there was no backup plan. There wasn't anything that they could have instead. So it just depends on your situation, your family, what's going to keep peace and harmony. And what you want to think about is what's going to create the most positive feelings for the parenting partners. So if it's husband and wife, or whoever's parenting together, if you're single parent, then it's not really that relevant. It's what you decide is what works. But if you're parenting together, it's more important that you are on the same team with your parenting partner than what you're doing with your kids. So neither one of those situations was right or wrong. It's right for the situation. It's right for the family. It's right for the people that are involved. So make sure that you're not that you're not sacrificing your relationship at all for issues that you think are right or wrong in how you parent your children. Also, in the food battles, which is what we've been talking about this week for some reason, that so many times I would get into battles with my kids at night because they would, be 7:30 or 8, and they'd be like, "I'm hungry, I'm thirsty," and this would drive me crazy. So I created a rule, and it was the kitchen's closed at 7:30 for food and 8 o'clock for drinks. So once we had dinner and dessert and whatever, and once all that was over, they still wanted snacks. I always had things like apples and carrots and stuff like that they could munch on, or whatever was around. But once 7:30 came around, kitchen was closed for food, no more food. Once it was 8 o'clock, closed for drinks, no more drinks. And I found this was really helpful in avoiding a lot of those pain in the neck moments after when they're trying to use those things to manipulate you to keep the bedtime routine from closing there, sooner. So kitchen's closed. Love it. Love it. Really, really helps have good boundaries with the so that you don't have food battles. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
Thank you so much for joining me here at the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. I assume you're here because you're getting something out of these daily pep talks. And wouldn't it be great if more parents could hear more about these ideas for their children? And you can help me in a great way by liking the episodes, by sharing them on your social media, and especially by providing a review on your platform of choice. So if you could do me a huge favor and do that, it would really help get this out to many, many, many more parents. And we can all help our children feel more seen, heard, and understood, which is my life's work, is to make sure that all children feel loved and appreciated, and that we can discipline them without breaking their spirit. So I hope that you've enjoyed these podcasts and will continue to enjoy them. And I really appreciate any support you can give me here at Positive Parenting Pep Talks. Thank you so much. Have a great day and happy parenting.